Next talk is titled Bike Touring, My Road to Recovery, and it will be by Mary Taylor. Mary is a landscape architect and women's cycling advocate, inspiring other women to get outside, be healthy, and be independent. Her favorite things are bacon and trees, and I did have to remind her that bacon doesn't grow on trees, but she said, "I wish it did!" Welcome, Mary.
It all really started August 24th, 2014, the first day of a week-long bike tour through the San Juan Mountains. Betsy told me no one ever said it would be easy, and I had no idea how much this meant to me, not just on this adventure, but in my life. But let's back up real quick to spring of that year, when my doctor had told me I was suffering from PTSD as I had become a victim of assault. Sorry. As you can guess, my life wasn't really going as planned, and at the time, Betsy was living in Texas. She was also going through a really difficult transition as well during this time, and I think our hardships led us to choosing a vacation like none other. A 400-mile bike tour in 5 days, and looking back, I don't really even know how far we went, but it was way too far. And we spent so much time planning our route, food, water, shelter, but pretty much no time training, because who needs training? But Betsy's an engineer, and I can read Google Maps, so the conclusion was a loop starting and ending in Telluride, passing over multiple mountain passes a day, and countless amazing views. But back to August 24th, the first day of the tour. We got to Telluride and we were so excited, nervous, but mostly excited. And we headed out to Ridgway, Colorado, our first stop. And the next morning, we packed up our tent and said goodbye to Ridgway State Park and headed out to a small town called Paonia. Day 2 was so grueling. Our butts were so sore and we were so burned. And here's where things started to get interesting. Day 3, we headed out to Crested Butte, and for those of you who have never been to Crested Butte, you have to drive, or in our case, bike, over Kebler Pass, which is a 5,000-foot mountain pass completely on dirt and gravel with no places to stop for food, water, or help for that matter. It took us about 6 hours, I would say. There were so many times I wanted to stop and cry, and I definitely did that. I'm doing that in this photo. And like in life, we reach times that we're not expecting. Like how we weren't expecting to bike over a mountain pass on all dirt, through a storm, running out of water, but we made it, and this is when I started to understand where my life really needed to go. By some gift of God, we made it to Telluride on the last day. And we laughed, we cried, we hugged, and we got kind of drunk on one beer. And I will never, ever forget how happy I was when we finished. And we didn't just bike 400 miles. We did something at times that I never thought was possible. And that's the last day on our tour. We were really happy. We relied on one another like never before, learning to be patient, when to ask for help. And earlier that year, I hadn't really asked for help at all. And this experience showed me that it's okay to sometimes. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to admit you're in pain. It's okay to cry. It's okay to eat 2 meals in one sitting sometimes. But mostly, it's okay to change who you are. And because of this, I am a different person. Biking 400 miles proved that I wanted to be someone that's strong, independent, and dependent when the time is right. I wanted to be a person that takes a leap, feels free, and is free. I wanted to be the person that I became, and I am now. I am saying that there is life after tragedy, and I know this to be true because I have had tragedy. I'm not saying that you need to do what I did, but life's too short to dwell on the past, and now I'm living the life that I always wanted to. I am saying that you need a new perspective. And will you take this chance? Are you willing to do something new? Are you willing to even try something new at all? For me, my bike made me step back, go slow, take my time, and figure out what I truly need in my life. And that is self-sufficiency independence, and confidence. And today is my announcement to the world that I will no longer be victimized because I don't need to be. I will live my life in happiness, and I will, for the rest of my days, inspire other women to do the same. Thank you.